Welcome in, Alabama fans. I am your host today, Chris Daughtry, and this is the Alabama Football Report. It is Father's Day today, so we want to give some of your pops some shout-outs. So make sure you spam your dad's name in the comments section for me. We want to show some love to all the dads here at the Alabama Football Report. So go ahead and comment down below in the comments section. Comment your dad's name and wish him a happy Father's Day. Week 3 of Alabama's official visits has come, and it hasn't gone necessarily. It is the last day of this third week's official visits, and Alabama has landed a punter, the guy that we talked about on the video on Friday. Alex Asparuhov, I believe is how you pronounce his name. There's been a lot of questions about how you pronounce this kid's name across, all the social media sites and stuff, but he has committed to the Alabama Crimson Tide. He came in for an official visit this weekend, and he ended up committing on Saturday. So Alabama has got their punter in the 2025 recruiting class. This is the breakdown from Jamie Kohl from Kohl's Kicking. This is what he had to say about Asparuhov. Asparuhov might be the most fundamentally sound punter in the 2025 class. He scored well at the Underclassman Challenge by accumulating 109.71 points. Don't ask me how they accumulate points, but it seems pretty good. When in rhythm, his control and repeatability is special. He scored over 109 points on a cold 40-degree night in December of 2023. He made a big jump in the Western Showcase camp earlier this year. He graded out at a 5-star level at the punter position and a 4.5-star level at the kicker position. Now, this is something that Alabama probably needed in this recruiting class was a punter, because these are your special teams guys right now. You got James Burnap, who has been very good for Alabama at that punter position. Nealon Hibbett, he is the long snapper for Alabama. Graham Nicholson comes in from Miami of Ohio to be the starting kicker for Alabama this season. Then you got Connor Talty there. Another kicker as well. And the reason Alabama really needed this guy in this class was James Burnap, Nealon Hibbett, and Graham Nicholson are all seniors on this team. So Connor Talty is the only kid that's not a senior. It's going to end up graduating after this year. So a very big pickup, I guess you could say, as punters go for Alabama in this 2025 recruiting class. So the theme that Alabama's been rolling with so far this summer is it's going to be a cold summer in Tuscaloosa, kind of playing off the fact that a lot of people were coming in and saying, these West Coast guys don't know what this Alabama heat's going to be like. So they are buying into that. So what I want you guys to do is spam the snowflake emoji in the comment section for me. It's going to be a cold summer. The most snowflakes at that pinned comment. I'm only going to count the comments that are on the pinned comment, individual comments. So the most comments on that pinned comment will get a shout out on a future video. Probably won't be the Monday video because I want to give people a chance to get in there. Not everybody's always, watching the video just a couple hours after the video drops. So it's going to be a future video, but spam those snowflake emojis at the pinned comment for me right now. A.K. Deer was in Tuscaloosa this weekend, or should I say still in Tuscaloosa here on Saturday. Big-time running back commit target for Alabama. He's committed to Ole Miss currently right now. 4-star running back in this 2025 recruiting class, number 29 overall, the number 2 running back and the number 2 player from the state of Mississippi. He also has, after this official visit with Alabama, he's got one more scheduled for Texas A&M on June 21st. So we'll see what happens there. I think Alabama did a pretty damn good job this weekend from what we saw on social media with Deer. This is what Tim Watts of Bama Online said on Inside the Scoop with Josh Newberg the other day from On3. He said, "Now A.K. Deer, that's going to be a tough one. He's a Mississippi running back under 5-star consideration. That's probably a tougher one to read. Kind of surprised when he committed, I thought. I don't think many schools recruiting him expected an early commitment. But yeah, he'll be one that's highly contested and easily could go until the night before signing day. So that's going to be a very hard one to read for AK Deer's commitment. Now, one thing that I've been super excited about, I guess you could say, about seeing with these official visits is the fact that other guys on the team currently already are finding a way to get involved and recruit for Alabama in this 2025 class. Especially this guy right here, I guess on this side. Ryan Williams has done an incredible job. Every single offensive player, for the most part, that we've seen come in for these official visits, Ryan Williams is right there recruiting alongside Kalen DeBoer and all the other coaches here on this coaching staff. And I am so convinced that this kid, by the time, 3 to 4 years, most likely 3, rolls around, he's going to be recruiting from the NFL. I got a feeling, there's nothing really going on besides like minicamp and stuff like that for the NFL. And for the most part, right now, minicamp is over. I could totally see Ryan Williams coming back to Alabama and recruiting alongside, hopefully it's still Kalen DeBoer and some of these Alabama coaches and players. He's been a really fun one to watch, on the recruiting trail for Alabama. And you didn't really see a lot of this kind of recruiting from Alabama under the Nick Saban era in terms of the fact that you've got so many guys helping in the recruitment of some of these 2025 recruits. Back during the Nick Saban era, it was mostly just, you're going to the campus, you're seeing the facilities, you're talking to Nick Saban. Nick Saban was the focal point for recruits when coming in during his time at Alabama. And from what we've seen so far, for the most part, it's been a very much so a team effort for Alabama in recruiting. And I cannot wait to see what happens, along the way on the recruiting trail. I think the vibes are extremely high for Alabama on the recruiting trail here in the 2025 recruiting class, and hopefully beyond as well. It seems like everybody that has come in has had a very, very good time, and especially these top guys that have come in. Alabama has really, really rolled out the red carpet for pretty much all of these guys. Make sure you guys go check out Fanatics. Get ready for game day. Get ready for the Alabama football season. Visit chatsports.com/Alabama jerseys and get your Alabama football jerseys for this season. They've got the customizable jerseys. They've got alumni jerseys as well. You can get crimson. You can get white. Just go to chatsports.com/NFL/Alabama jerseys, and there should also be a clickable link right over there in the corner. You can click on and find any of the Alabama jerseys that you guys want. That link will be in the comments section and the description of today's show. Justin Hill was a guy that was in town this weekend as well. He's a 4-star recruit in the 2025 class. He was actually one of those pictures we just showed a minute ago from his visit this past weekend. He's the number 7 overall edge rusher. Alabama's really looking at him to fill probably that Wolf role, it seems like. And he is also the number 4 player in the state of Ohio from Winton Woods out of Cincinnati. Some of the official visits, that have already been taken as well as coming up for Hill. He went to Ohio State back on May 31st. He was at USC last weekend. Obviously, he was at Alabama this weekend. And he's going to be coming up. Oregon is his scheduled official visit for next weekend. Now, he is planning, emphasis on planning, his commitment on July 3rd. But what we've seen so far, the 5 guys now that have committed to Alabama following or even during their official visits, they've canceled those plans for, future official visits. So we will see what happens with Justin Hill. Alabama seemed to do a really, really good job this weekend. So we'll see if he still plans on making that Oregon visit on June 21st, or if there's a chance that, you never know, he might end up committing to the Crimson Tide here sooner rather than later. Make sure you guys are subscribed right here to the Alabama Football Report. We are inching closer to that 18,000 subscriber mark, just 210 subscribers away from that. So go down there, hit that subscribe button. We've got so much planned for you guys, especially throughout the season, so make sure you are subscribed. We have 2 more official visits to talk about here coming up on Monday, and that's not something that's normally been a thing, is those midweek Monday visits, Wednesday visits, whatever, being official visits anyways for Alabama. Kaliq Lockett, 5-star wide receiver, along with 4-star tight end Kaleb Edwards will be visiting for their official visits on Monday. Kaleb Edwards, a 4-star tight end, number 178 overall, the number 8 tight end, and the number 16 player from the state of California. Kaliq Lockett, we talked about him a little bit last week. 5-star wide receiver, number 17 overall, number 3 wide receiver, and the number 6 player from the state of Texas. And Kaliq Lockett is that guy who, after Keelan Russell committed to Alabama, kind of took another look at Alabama and was like, you know what? Maybe Alabama is a team that I might want to commit to. Some of the official visits here for Lockett. He took an official visit to LSU back on May 31st. Texas A&M on June 7th. Florida State, he's been there this weekend. He'll be at Alabama on Monday and then back to Texas on June 21st. I think Lockett he definitely is one of these top wide receivers in this class. And he's even talked to some of those other top wide receivers like Caleb Cunningham about possibly teaming up with those guys in college. Now, whether those guys would want to make the trip to Tuscaloosa, I don't know. But when it comes to Lockett, it seems like he's having some thoughts about Alabama. Alabama was not one of the teams in his top 4 originally. He added them very late, just like last week or so. So we'll see what happens in his commitment. But I want to hear from you guys here in the comment section. What is the % chance that you think Alabama can land Kaliq Lockett in this 2025 recruiting class? Let me know right now in the comments section.